So we have to somehow figure out a way to lift it up. And that's what the church is, what's happening now is about. We're trying to figure out ways to talk to, embody our young people and talk to them. And we're studying and everything to see how we can be a bridge to help our young brothers and sisters. I go to Isaiah 51:15. For I am the Lord your God, who churns up the sea so that it waves roar. The Lord Almighty is his name. We, the brothers, the African American people, must embody the strength of the water, the strength of our forebearers, the strength of those that basically stamped their feet on unlevel ground, where there was no level, there was no balance at all, but they continued to trot along. I'm asking my people today, come on back, whether it's this community or wherever. Come on back and let's embody hope. Let's teach the young. The young is looking at you. I know sometimes you look at them and they got the clothes all down or whatever, and seem to be a bit confused. But you know what? They watch you. You know, let me say this right here. I got about 1 more minute to go. You know, I've been talking this, you know, the civil rights stuff ever since I've been with the airline industry for about 25 years now. 2 more years make 25. And I've been talking this stuff, and I thought some young people didn't catch on. And do you know, a young brother flew to Georgia 2 weeks ago, and he called me and said, Reverend, I got something for you. I come to work, he gave me he picked this book up with speeches of the great black leaders and 2 CDs of all their speeches from Booker T. Washington, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Fannie Lou Hamer, everybody. And I was surprised. I really, you know what, when some people say you don't know how to accept it, I didn't really know how to accept it, but I accepted it with a smile, gave him a hug, and this right here is one of the best books I've ever received. And one reason why, because he gave it to me. He thought about me when he was in another state. So we do have a responsibility to the young, because if the young is confused, then the old are confused, because you can't have one without the other. You can't have the wheel without the tire, so on, so on, so on, so on. I want to go to Proverbs 23:4. Do not wear yourself out to get rich. Have the wisdom to show restraint. Proverbs 23:6. Do not eat the food of a strange man. Do not crave his delicacies. Proverbs 23:7. For he is the kind of man who is always thinking about the cause. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. And so I'm looking to see if I got 1 more minute and everything. So I say these things to our people and everything because it's important. It's important that we walk with the young, and that's what the church of what's happening now. As we get the finance together and everything, we're going to help the community. I know a lot of you older folks say it ain't worth it, but you know what? If you can invest in a car and put new tires on it, or $5,000 rims and another $2,000 for the tires on your SUVs to ride around, and you only get 20,000 miles on the tires, then I know myself that these young people are definitely worth it, because Muhammad Ali made the shortest poem, me, we, me, and that's how it is. So we got to continue to move on and everything and keep hope alive as I continue to walk in this way, because I don't know no other way. I would rather be poor and barren and walking and pulling a tent behind me before I sell out to anybody. I have got to help the people, because all my life I've done this right here. If you check my history, you'll see all my life I've given hope to the young. I've nurtured the criminal and told them, no, don't do it, and everything. So I say this right here, keep hope alive as we say goodbye.
Come on, put your hands together. Praise the Lord and greatly to be praised.
Hi, this is Reverend Zachariah A. Jackson. Thank you for tuning in today. If you need prayer